Nasser, thank you very much for joining us, taking some time out of your very busy schedule. You raised selling prices over the weekend for the United States and Asia. Is that a sign that Aramco is bullish on global oil demand in 2022?
First, let me point that we do not decide on the prices. We put the differential on benchmarks, whether it's Dubai, Oman, or is it ICE Brent or ASCII. So we look at the quality of our crude and how competitive it is in different markets, and we set the differentials. And sour crudes and the need for fuel oil is more in demand, and that's why our differential took that into perspective when we put the differentials for, and we set these differentials every month. And we are very bullish on very optimistic on the pickup in demand. We think 22 will be exceeding the pre-pandemic level in terms of the demand. So right now it is balanced between supply and demand. However, next year there will be more demand.
And do you see the demand coming globally from, obviously you don't sound that worried about COVID or new variants, U.S. demand, jet fuel demand?
Of course, the variant has some impact that we have seen it slightly this year. However, I think it's overblown in terms of the impact on demand. Today, if you look at spare capacity, we're talking about 3 to 4 million. Compared it to pre-pandemic level, jet fuel is down by around that. So if jet fuel picks up, because we see pickup on gasoline, we see pickup on diesel, compared to pre-pandemic levels. So we are exceeding these levels to pre-pandemic levels. However, the only impact is in jet fuel, with hopefully in 22 with better development of the economies and more pickup on traveling and all of that. If jet fuel pick up, that will slightly impact the spare capacity that's currently available.
And as far as capacity goes, we've got the U.S. releasing 50 million barrels. OPEC is adding 400,000 barrels a day. It sounds like you're confident the world can absorb that extra capacity.
Yeah, we have seen the demand on our crude, because this is something that we do every month, and we're seeing pickup on Asia in particular. And when it comes to demand, there is no impact by the release of the additional barrels from the OPEC Plus. However, as I said, we are seeing that demand is picking up. Every month there is a pickup on demand, and we are more bullish about 22.
One more, if I may, please. I know you're very busy, sir. Thank you for your time. In your plenary speech, you came out swinging pretty heavy. You said that the industry needs to be more aggressive about publicly stating that the world will need oil, gas, hydrocarbons, liquids for longer than it's willing to state publicly. What would you like to see the U.S. in particular oil industry do for itself?
I think what we are asking everybody, not the U.S. in particular, but what we are asking, what we need is an orderly transition. I think there is a transition, it's taking place, renewables is picking up, and everybody understands that. However, we need an orderly transition. We need policymakers to have policies that are inclusive and just for all stakeholders around the globe. I think the industry in the U.S. is picking up in terms of additional barrels that is coming from the unconventional oil, and we are seeing that coming more and more. However, you need all energy sources, conventional and new sources of energies, to meet the demand that we are talking about. Spare capacity, there is only 3 to 4 million. The lack of investment is really impacting the market. As I said, we see pickup on jet fuel and others, there will not be any spare capacity, and that will have a serious impact on the global economy and energy security.